by talking about how to use the Dodge tool. Now, when you bring an image into Photoshop and you want to use Dodge tool, Burn tool, any of the others in this series, you will need to rasterize it. So right now, looking at this layer, we can see the smart object thumbnail right here. These edits will not work on smart objects. So you do need to, within layers, go to the hamburger icon in the upper right and then go down to rasterize layer. Then it loses that smart object icon and you're then able to edit it. So if you're hovering over top of your image with Dodge tool and you're getting this circle with a slash in it, then you know that's the reason. So here I have a rasterized version of that same image. I've also desaturated it because I'm going to show a couple of black and white examples with no color information. And so up here with Dodge, I can set it to shadows, midtones, or highlights. Now in this case, in the exposure of it, I want to be, let's just start, middle of the road and see what happens. But as I go over areas in this image that are highlights, and this really only has a couple of values, really dark or really light, it is going to lighten those areas up. And so this is just an example of doing some quick cleanup on a photo that's not quite perfect or whatever. If I were to go in on this one and start to lighten up the shadows, it's not really gonna, do probably what I would want it to do. So that's where you're gonna control whether you're targeting shadows, midtones, or highlights, and then how intense you want that targeting to be. So another example, here we have a photo that is, pretty dark in the shadow areas. So I'm going to go into it with shadows targeted and exposure. Sometimes the exposure is just going to be too high, sometimes it's going to be too low. So the only way to really know is to go in and start to move this Dodge tool around on the image a little bit until you start to see things happening, and if it's too intense, back off the exposure. If it's too subtle, increase the exposure. Now there I'm targeting the shadows and we're seeing some pretty dramatic changes. I could go in too and say I actually want to lighten up this flower, and there's a balance where sometimes it's just too much, but you can try it, back off through the history window as you find things aren't working anymore. And I probably went a little bit too far there, but you get the idea. So if we look at the before, very dark, and then the after, completely transformed through the use of the Dodge tool.